Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got my last race for week 11 of season 1 2022. Went off qualifying in the C-Class Fixed Series here at Autoclub Speedway. Trying to see if I can finally get a good finish in a truck series at Autoclub for this week. Tried to do a couple earlier this week and it just did not work out very well, so fortunately got into this one a little late, running this as soon as I got home from work, so timing's a little bit tight to make it. I'm gonna try to get at least one qualifying lap in. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the second one in, but as long as I don't get to the line with any problems, should be able to make the first one at least. So won't be as quick. I think a lot of guys are typically faster on the second lap, but I should at least be able to get something in that should help me with trying to move up to a little bit of a better starting position. Just kind of make sure that I don't overdrive it, so probably going to be a little bit slower than I could have ran since tires won't quite be up to temps or pressures, but I'm just going to try to put the best run together that I can, see what I can get out of it. I think I caught either a second or a third split. Truck number 9, I forget how many are in this in total. It's probably somewhere around 22 or 23, so I'm going to need, you know, a halfway decent finish to get some buy rating back, especially considering I lost a little bit from that super late model race, but just going to do the best that I can. Get this first one in pretty slow, 42.0. It's only good for 10th fastest right now. And in theory, that puts me right around where I should be finishing, but obviously wanted to be a little bit further up. Track position does matter here. It's pretty tough to make passes, so 10th out of 17. About 2/10 off. I guess it's not as bad as I thought, but again, it's a lower split, so certainly, you know, in a higher split, faster guys would be even quicker than that. 21 trucks in total, so right in the middle overall, but, you know, some guys that look like they probably didn't turn the best laps probably could be faster. So, gonna do what I can with all of that. I ran everything basically the same. For qualifying, just drop the steering offset down to -8 for personal preference. For the race, I'm going to turn the ratio up to 16:1 just to help me save tires a little bit. So get paints refreshed before it get gridded up. Should start seeing those load relatively soon. It's going to be all about just trying to save tires. We got 30 laps, 2 sets of tires on pit road, in addition to the set on the truck. Hopefully go green the whole way, and it'll be, you know, mostly about tire saving. I can try to do my best to save and work my way up the last quarter of the race or so, you know, 7 to 10 laps, something like that. Hopefully be able to start picking up spots that way. I'm assuming a lot of guys are going to be pushing it pretty hard off the start. I'm certainly not going to fight too many people early on. Just going to let them go. Obviously, starting on the outside, would like to get to the bottom to help me save tires, but just gotta try to fight my way down where I can, but be as smart as I can about it. Not stress the truck too much. Not put myself in the spot of either, you know, getting loose around somebody or making contact with somebody. Aero matters quite a bit here too, so got to try to do the best I can to keep the truck off the walls, keep it off of anybody, avoid contact as much as I possibly can. That'll give me a better shot to be running well at the end. Yeah, it's just gonna kind of be a waiting game, really. It's gonna be very similar to what I did in the first 2/3 or so of the B-Class Fixed Series race. It's gonna be similar to what I did in the ARCA race at the beginning of the week in Nashville. Just gotta wait it out, hope that it goes green most of the way, and then I can be in a position to try to take advantage of the strategy if I'm actually able to execute it. Top 10 will make me happy. Top 5 is, you know, ideally what I'm shooting for. Even if it's just a 5th place, I don't think I have any shot to win this one. I think I needed to have qualified in the top 5 and still know how to drive even faster while saving tires at the same rate that I'm thinking I should be able to. So it's kind of the next step I think I got to take. I'm starting to master tire saving down a little bit more now. It's to start having the same tire saving, but with faster lap times. A lot of the fast guys are typically 2 to 3 tenths faster than me, whether it be in this or ARCA or be fixed, whatever it is. You know, the NASCAR series, they're typically about that much faster than me, so gotta be able to figure out how to get to that pace, but still save tires at the same rate. So,
get ready.
Be getting ready to go. Pace cars gonna be pulling off here shortly.
Alright, man.
See where the leader goes. We are off and rolling. A bit of a quicker start than some of the races. 3's already looking aggressive. He's gonna come up, so I'm just gonna get down to the bottom and fall below the 7 to start. Certainly got to watch for the truck to get loose out of the corners. Cold pressures, or low pressures, cold temps, kind of like that. Basically like that. I just pushed it a little too hard. A little bit slow. 16's getting a little work his way on the outside. A lot of people are going to be working by me because I killed the momentum there in turn 2. Got one wreck already. Getting turned. Got turned. There's going to be the end of the race. So, unfortunately, I'm going to try to do what we can to get it repaired, but I'm guessing the truck's going to be pretty damaged. I was just running my line and went to the high side to get around it, and I think somebody just came into me trying to avoid that. Thought I was going to be able to clear that, no problem. No caution was out at that point, so I had to keep going. Couldn't really check up with people behind me, so super frustrating. Alignment definitely feels quite a bit out, so we'll see how bad the required repairs are. I'm guessing the engine sustained some damage out of that since we nosed into the wall. I don't even know what happened there. This has just been not a good run between this and the super late model. Just unavoidable contact. Nothing. I put myself in what I thought was the best spot, and unfortunately had that kind of thing happen. So we're gonna uncheck tires. I'm just gonna come in for repairs only. One lap through, we didn't really slide too much. I don't see the reason to burn a set of tires yet, and we are third to last, so gonna be coming in for repairs for sure. Not really gonna give up too much. Super frustrating to have that. I mean, I guess if I don't lose it off of 2 like I did and have to check up so much, then might have been ahead of that, but you know, frustrating to have that happen. So just gonna see how bad the damage is. Hopefully it's not too bad, and I can try to get most of it repaired under this caution and see if I can actually work my way back up. Quite a few trucks on pit road. I'm guessing everybody's got damage. And then, I don't know. I don't think you're going to see too many guys trying to take tires right now, unless they really felt like they slid that much. Okay, so a minute of optional. No required, thankfully. Could still be internal damage to the engine, but hopefully not too bad in the way of cosmetic and get most of it fixed. This is the one time when I want it to be a little bit of a longer caution so I can try to get it all done in 2 stops and get it completed before we go green again. Not sure if that will happen. It's like a few trucks, 5 in front, 10 behind us has a little bit more damage, so maybe we won't be in as bad of a spot as some people, but I'm guessing a top 10 is going to feel like a win at this point. So just going to be watching for when the pace car shows up on the relative. It's going to be really close. I don't think I'll be able to get it all done, but if we can get 2 to go, it's possible I could try to get back in one time and then get it done. To see, the damage is definitely fixing itself a little bit faster than the pace car. Get the truck fired up in a minute. You can see other guys are pulling off to get in front of the pace car, not go down a lap. I should be able to get it all done. We'll be good.
Alright, that's it. Go.
Alright, so no danger going down a lap. Able to get all the optional done. Can't do much more to the truck. If I got internal damage, I've got internal damage. Nothing I can really do. Left side's a little bit worse than the right side. Just kind of expected that to see. We've got 1 to go this time by, so well, next time we cross the line, should be able to catch up to the back of the field before we restart. No idea how far off the pace this truck's going to be. We are dead last now, so not really anything worse I can do. See my slide up there. Yeah, we'll definitely check the replay of that afterwards. I feel like I didn't do anything. Unfortunately, got a 4X out of it for the contact, but I don't really think there was anywhere else I could go. I don't feel like I was drifting down, but I guess you never know. Could have been that way without me actually doing anything. Truck's definitely hurt internally. The engine's not even running remotely close to where it needs to be, so we're going to be likely, unless anybody else wrecks, it's going to be a 20th place finish. Just going to have to, I don't know. No idea what I can do. I'm just going to try to do the best I can to stay in the draft and hope I can do something with it.
Get ready.
Be getting ready to go green here shortly. See what the leaders decide to go. They are off and rolling.
Green flag, green flag.
Seems pretty slow, not trying to get by him before he starts the finish line.
1 minute, 2.9.
In 20th right now, should be able to get by the 10, I think. He's got a little worse damage than I do. Maybe it'll be a 19th place finish then, depending on how bad the truck is. But the 10 could easily just go by me on the outside and have me killed too, despite all this damage. Somehow it seems like everybody's always ends up with more cosmetic damage, and yet somehow they run faster than I do, so just gonna have to hook up with the back of the 10, I guess, and hope that maybe somehow we've got a little bit of pace and we can get somewhere, because it looks like everybody up front's just pulling away. 17's got some issues. We're gonna try to work by him on the outside.
44.005.
Slow truck, that was the 15 who sat on the road to take longer repairs. 17's falling way back, looks like he's off the pace compared to everybody. I mean, we are definitely off the pace as well. You can see the 10's about half a second back from the 5, and I drilled the wall, so now I'm going to be further back. Because I'm just dumb and make stupid mistakes like that. So yep, 20th place, that's where we're going to be. Looks like it's somehow catch a caution, which I suppose looks like there's some 3 wide up there. That's a possibility, but yep, not going to be a good race. Not a good way to end the week. iRating's going to continue to tumble. So much for any iRating goals I had for the end of the season and safety rating goals. It's just been a bit of a roller coaster lately. Super frustrating, so try to keep it as clean as I can, keep it off the wall, see if I can try to catch the 17 at all. He's running way up high. Way up high from the corner. Not really sure why, but I guess maybe he knows something that I don't know. Well, we caught him a pretty good amount that time through 3 and 4. Took about a quarter off of the total gap, so maybe each time through the corners I can actually find a way to do the same thing. Had the damage, or had the wall hit that lap, but you can see, you know, probably about 2 seconds off where I need to be running, so the truck's just hurt bad. Not going to be very quick. I had 1 shot to stay with the 10, and honestly it looks like the 10 and the 5 were the only trucks I had a shot at that point to run with, and I don't even know if I'm going to have a shot anymore with the right side damage I sustained out of that, so it's looking like a 9th place finish if I can get back to the 17 and get by him. The truck's just barely creeping along. I'm probably a good 1.5 to 2 seconds off the pace. Which, the only good thing is, well, I mean, it's possible we can still go down a lap. I guess we'll have to see. The only good thing is, in theory, I shouldn't be stressing the tires quite as much as some of the guys in the front will, so maybe they'll fall off and I won't fall off quite as much and the gap won't be as bad, and then I can try to somehow still stay on the lead lap and salvage as many laps as possible to offset the safety rating loss. And there's a caution. We got a big wreck up front, so see how many people are damaged. Just gonna creep my way through this. Go low for the 17 coming through. 13 looks like he's got an issue. 3 had an issue. Certainly going to be coming in to fix the damage that I sustained from me being an idiot whacking the wall. Guessing I should probably take a set of tires this time. I don't know. Let's see, but tires might not be a bad idea. 17's having a bit of issues with blinking. Have to watch that.
Extra 17 car.
Could at least help us
The road is now open.
keep from falling down a lap. I don't know why the 17's going so slow. Not really sure what he's doing. Uncheck fuel. We'll check the tires right now. It's probably not going to drop much further behind. Got the 3 behind, the 13's catching up as well. Looks like almost everybody went except for the 17 or the 10 and the 5. I believe both of them were on in the first caution, so they probably took tires then, or they don't think they need tires, which I may or may not do. We'll see. Tires at 96, 96. I think I'm going to just take the optional then.
Line up single file.
So we're going to be towards the front since we didn't take tires. Going to be at a disadvantage, but I think saving this set of tires is going to be worth it, although I should probably go back in and take tires. But with them basically being all the same percentages, I don't think, I mean, it's going to make a bit of a difference, but I don't know, if it goes green all the way, it certainly will make a difference, but I think I'm going to be so far off pace anyways that it's not going to matter too much. I was running 19th before that, so the only goal is basically to finish ahead at 19th, and that will have been the correct strategy move for me on my part. This isn't about outrunning everybody, this is just trying to find any positive gains. Pit road is about the only way I could do it, so I don't know, probably should come in and get tires, but I think I'm just gonna stay out, and if I'm that slow, I'll pull down low and let everybody by. Looks like we're gonna be restarting in 5th. Should at least give me the chance to be able to pull down low if I feel needed, so let everybody by, so. The 13 truck disconnected. So, I mean, the good news is if I keep myself clean, it shouldn't be any worse than 18th now. So there's one spot right off the bat, but like I said, ideally, would like to finish, 17th or better to feel like it was the right strategy call. 10's got some damage. He's choosing to start, or not pit, so he's going to be the leader. Not sure if he's going to get eaten up too bad. I guess he's going to pull away from me too, but we got guys all over the place. I'm hoping this will be the last one. I wanted to run an open one, tried it one time with a quick setup that I built. The race just didn't go very well at all. It wasn't worth showing. I got to try to do an open one this week, or for week 12 at Vegas. I'll show you guys that, so I don't know. I feel like sometimes the quality of driving in the fixed series is a bit worse. You get guys that are a bit more erratic and all over the place. So, I mean, this could also be the product of not being in a top split, but sometimes I feel like the open series are a little bit better. So, try to get as many of those as I can for week 12 and
get ready.
Season 2 going forward as well. Get ready to restart. Probably gonna be way off the pace. We're gonna find out as soon as the 10 goes.
Good job, man.
7's not completely blown by me. I figured I'd have everybody like running over my back end, so I guess the truck's not as horrible I thought. It is not good by any means. Not good by any stretch of the imagination, but not horrific. You can see how slow this head is. He's already getting shuffled out, so I'm going to try to take advantage of the draft, see if I get by the 7 to get around the 10. I was hoping he wasn't going to try to cut up in front of us behind the 7. I have to push a little bit harder on the outside than I wanted to, but certainly think getting in front of the 10 is going to be the positive strategy from a position standpoint, so I think I'm back to 6th or 7th after that restart. 6th, that's fine. Like I said, I don't expect to be able to sit anywhere. I expect to have a lot of guys pulling by me, especially since they're on fresher tires. It's going to make a bit of a difference, but I think I got enough damage that's holding me back, so I think the engine's down a little bit on power, but the way they're racing up there, could easily have another caution and have more problems, more trucks that if I can avoid the wreck, I can get by and try to gain some spots that way. So 3 positions are the best positions right now for me. You can see the guys are just absolutely motoring me off the corners and on the straightaways. I'm definitely down on power, so not much I can do, just trying to hang on to the draft as much as I can, and then again, trying to stay in front of the 10 and the 5 and a couple other trucks that had damage that pitted the second time by. Just staying higher right now for the most part. This seems most guys are content to try to get around me on the inside. Did we just have a truck that turned? Yep. The gate just went low. Got some very, very, very crazy racing. So here in 3 wide 8s, cut in the middle. That's kind of what was going to happen, given that I was there. And if I did have an issue, okay. Thought I saw somebody go flying. Try to get back to the bottom. I mean, 10th is about where I believe. That's not bad given all the damage that I have and where I thought. See if the 12 can get to me. 12 or 2 or anybody. I mean, the 10's possibly got a chance to get to me. He can use the draft. And he's the one that I feel like has even more front end damage, and yet somehow was faster than me, but he was faster than me off the last restart as well, so. It's all about clicking laps right now. Try to do what I can to maximize the strategy. As close as I can finish to 9th, that'll help minimize the iRating loss, and again, clean laps will be my only shot at trying to minimize the safety rating loss as well. Overshot the corner though, the 2R car. Truck's just not good. Like I said, it's definitely down on power. The handling's not horrific, but it is most definitely down on power, so we'll check the replay. We'll get done with the race and see what happened there. And it's just gonna go blowing by me as well as gonna go blowing by me. Just gonna stay on the high side, let them both go. Nothing I can do. I'm just a sit and duck to let everybody go on by me. Gotta remember that it wasn't about staying as close to the front, it was just about staying ahead of, 16th, 17th, and it would have been the right call from a pit strategy perspective, so. Getting frustrated when I got guys that feel like they have more damage than I do, and yet somehow they're able to be faster than me, but I guess they could be driving it harder and wearing out tires faster, which is, I don't know, seems like I'm down on power as a whole. It does not seem like it's hitting the right RPMs down the end of the straightaway. Back to my bottom line. Draft behind the 10's important. I'm just going to use that on the straightaways. Try to save tires as best as I can so that I make sure that I get to the finish without having the right front so shredded that I start tearing down the turn 2 and turn 3 walls, or turn 2 and turn 4 walls. Last thing I need is to add a chance of a 2x and kill whatever safety rating I might have been able to build up. So 4 seconds ahead of the 17 right now. I'm gonna keep an eye on if he's gaining on me, know if it's gonna be any worse than the 13th place finish, but right now it seems like 13th is where it's gonna be. They're starting to get spread out a little bit. Still got a little bit of side-by-side racing up there towards the front, just 2 trucks side-by-side. Looks like one ducks down low. Yeah, those guys getting together is probably gonna be the only chance for me to pick up any more spots. Kind of wanted to just go green the rest of the way and sit here at my lowly 13th place, finish it out, see if 10 really was just overdriving his stuff. Faster than me up front, they're gonna fall off more. You heard the spotter, 10 to go. I gotta do some digging into why CrewChief is not working for me. I feel kind of bare and weird without hearing all the calls that I get from that one. grown so used to them and liking them that it feels weird when I don't have them. 16 got by the 17, so have to keep an eye on how quick he's catching to see if the 16 can get to us before the end of the race or not. Take a look at that gap this time by and then kind of track where that's at. Looks like it's going to be about 3.8 at the line, 4.0 to 17, so it seems like the gap to the 17 staying the same, 16 is just a little bit faster. If we can keep it less than, 3/10 a lap, it'll be pretty tough for him to close up and get by me. If the 5 gets to me, I'm just going to let him by. There's no sense when he's multiple laps down in relation to us, no sense to battling him. We don't need to lose any more time to the 16 than absolutely necessary. Just going to let the 5 go to the inside, get him on by as quickly as possible. Like I said, he's multiple laps down, not going to run him for position, he's quicker, no reason to lose time, and I want to see if I can even look behind, maybe try to catch a little bit of the draft, minimize the gap, because the 16 picked up about 5/10 that time, and the 17 picked up 2/10 that time, 2 or 3/10, so I got to really minimize that drop in order to have any kind of shot at staying in 13, and unfortunately I'm just not gaining on the 10 either. It's not like I can say, okay, I can catch the 10, get by him, then afford to let the 16 by and still be in 13. 16 gets by, it's going to be a 14th place finish, which 13th and 14th isn't that big of a difference, but I want to try to do whatever I can right now, short of, blocking and aggressive driving to keep myself as close to a 13th place finish as I can. 3.0 that time by, it's going to be 14. 16 is just coming way too fast. It's just coming way too fast. Guessing that could be the difference between fresh tires and not fresh tires, as well as he probably doesn't have the same damage that I have if he did get involved in anything. Trying to close up to the 10. Pick up a 10, lose a 10. Him getting in the wall there is going to help a little bit. At least it's going to kill the momentum, although if there was time to do it, I think going into the corner was the better time to do it than coming out of the corner like I did. Just trying to follow up him, get as much of the draft down the front stretch as I can. He's gonna block me for 12th. Cool. Cool. That's fun. That's fun. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna block with damaged trucks for 12th place. Cool. Yeah, not sure what to make of that. That's pretty funny. I guess every position matters, that's fine, I get it. That seems kind of dumb on my part, so trying to get the run. He's gonna have the momentum on the high side, just gonna try to hope that this truck won't turn as well, and we can try to get the run off the corner. But obviously, I'm going to try to get by him as quickly as possible if I can. No sense in damaging either truck, and again, taking unnecessary incident points. 2.5 back to the 16. The longer 10 and I run side by side, the worse it's going to be. A little bit of contact. I think the 10 might have been coming down. It seems to be a bit erratic. Watch for the crossover. That move's going to come right there, coming off of turn 2. He's going to have a little bit of better momentum down the back stretch. And to stay high here going into turn 3. Just going to try to take advantage of the outside line. If we've got similar power, I should be able to get the momentum to clear him. I was worried about him washing up into me, able to clear him though. Hopefully he'll put up a fight against the 16 because we've got 4 to go and the 16 is now 1.9 back. So he is catching us in plenty of time to be able to get to the back of us before the end of the race. So my only hope is if he gets to the 10, the 10's going to block him for a little bit, at least, half a lap or something. And that can allow me to pull away by just enough to keep 12th place. No shot at getting to the 2. The 2's been continuing to pull away even before running side by side with the 10, so 10 drives it in super deep. He's going to wash up. We'll see if he actually gets the wall out of turn 4. Doesn't get the wall, but certainly did not do his right front any favors. Lost about 3/10 and half a lap to the 2, so it's definitely going to be at best a 12th place finish. 3 to go, 1.6 back to the 16. I have a bad entry, overdrove it. 10 had a little bit of a worse entry. Just gotta do the best I can to try to stay in front of him. I'm not gonna deliver the same blocks that he was. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. It's not what I'm gonna be about. He's gonna continue to drive it in deep. He's gonna continue to hurt his run off of the corner, and also gonna hurt his right front eventually. It's really not gonna stick. 0.3 this time to the 16, so falling off a little bit. 2 to go. Don't think we're gonna get a wreck up front to get any other spots out of it. Late race caution would not be fun because I'd be going to the back. I think everybody would just stay out on the tires that they have. I don't know, I mean, I guess I'd be a little bit off from everybody could stay out, but yeah, it's rather just have it finish under green, get the white flag this time by, and be done next time by. Although at this point, with the leaders taking the white flag, next flag is going to end it, whether it's the caution or the checkered flag. 10 was able to gain a little bit more that time. 16 is certainly gaining. We got one truck that's slowed down low. 19 was backing his way onto the track. Able to get by him, so stays green. That's one position there I didn't expect to get. 10 drives in deep. I kind of cut down in front of him, but he's still all in nail for 12th place, trying to get to it, but I think I should be able to sustain it. We got another wreck up here, so that's 2 spots that did not expect. It's 21 that got turned, so a couple different incidents to take a look at the end to see exactly what happened, but could actually come away with a top 10 out of this somehow. That's why I stayed out and continued to dig. See where we get scored at. Yeah, top 10. Wow. Did not expect to have that. Wow, crazy driving at the end that somehow allowed us to get there. So I guess getting by the 10 was kind of worth something. Yeah, let's. I want to take a look at those 2 incidents first. 21 was there, and see who else got involved in that. The 3, I believe it was. See what happened with the 3 first. Thought it was the 3 that had the issue. No, the 3 was involved in a previous wreck, so it was not the 3. 19? Let's see what happened to the 19. Okay, so the 19 was... Let's see what was coming. 19 was running 4th when this happened. Let's see what happens here. Drives it in, he's catching the 1. He's got the 7 behind him. Off of turn, or down the backstretch, going low on the 1 into turn 3. Slides up in front of the 1. They're gonna run, well, they were gonna run nose to tail. I don't know. I think he just kept coming down on the 1 there. And he just continued to come down. I mean, a lot of guys take that line, but he just continued to come down across the 1. I'm gonna put that more on the 19 than I am the 1, to be 100% honest. And then he hits the inside wall. Then he was just backing and up the track. I think he might have either had it in neutral or just letting the truck roll, but I don't know. I mean, you can see how the 1 probably should be, getting a little bit of space, but you're coming to the white flag. Like, you're not going to give that much room. And the 19 again just continued to like slowly come down and block. It wasn't even like he was throwing a quick block. So, I don't know. I still think I put that 1 on the 19. So. That was on him. Let's see what the heck happens to the 22, or the 21, excuse me. So he clears that, no problem. Let's fast forward. Okay, this is going to be fun, because here's the 2. So this was just ahead of us. So he's off the corner. 2 gets a really good run down the backstretch. He goes to block the 2 as well. He goes to block the 2, and the 2 is not having any of it. Let's watch this from the rear view mirror, from the rear chase. Oh yeah, he just turns left to throw a block, and the 2's like, no, I'm not laying off of you, and just sends him around. That was probably avoidable. That was a pretty aggressive block, and the 2 was having 2 had a huge run there, huge run, and he just turns left right there, kind of doing the same thing the 19 was doing, except for he did it a lot quicker, and the 2 didn't care. So yeah, that was that. I'm gonna put both of those on the lower car number, the higher car number in the situation. 19 was that one. The 19 and the 1 were a little bit closer than the 21 and the 2. The 2 just the 22 or 21 just drove straight down at him. So yeah. But let's take a look at my incident that brought out the first caution. Let's see what I could do here. Alright, so let's fast forward this off the start, cut down below the 7 following through. Alright, so here's where we're going to go. So let's just watch this off the corner, because you got the 16 who's going to come high. He's going to come on the outside, so I just stayed off the wall to let him go, stayed in that second lane down. And I see the wreck coming up. Okay, maybe I did come up a little bit more than it looked like. So let's see, in relation to that second seam, I'm definitely there. I thought I was clear. I see the 16 kind of coming up, so I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, I think I just came into the 10 personally. I mean, only hard part, if we look at it from the 10's perspective, you can see he's running the seam with basically, I don't know, I mean, that's kind of a racing deal. Like, the 10 does come down a little bit, but I was certainly coming up more than the 10 was coming down, so I think I kind of did that one to myself, and quite honestly, if I had just held along this second seam right here, and backed off a little bit, I probably could have sat behind the 16, and if the 10 had come down, then it would have been a completely different scenario. So that one was certainly avoidable. That's on me. I was thinking I needed to go higher to avoid it because I saw the 5. So that one's my fault. I'm guessing maybe if I had a third monitor, I had a triple monitor and was seeing that view that way or looked left quickly, I probably would have seen that I had a lot more gap than I thought and could have stayed in line with the 16 here and avoided the 10, and we would have just kept rolling, and then the caution would have come out. So I'll take the blame for that one for the most part. I mean, you can tell me if you think it's kind of a racing deal. I guess the 10, like I said, did come down a little bit, but I definitely came up far more than the 10 came down. So I'll take the good part of the blame for that one. So take a look at the results. Hopefully it's not too bad overall, given that we were able to catch those couple free spots at the end, finish 10th. Certainly not the way I expected it to go, but second split out of 7, 24.75, pretty weak. Strength of field actually slightly weaker than me. Yeah, about 6.5 tenths off. I expected. I didn't think the engine was right, to be 100% honest. I thought I had a lot of damage, so able to finish where I started, I guess, technically, which is not always a bad thing. Managed to gain 8 in iRating, so it's basically break even. I will gladly take that, given how I thought it was going to go up to 25.30, and only lost 0.01 in safety rating, so effectively break even in both sides. Honestly, for how I thought that was race going to go and where we were at before, I will certainly take that. Clearly, it looks like not taking tires was the better strategy move there. Probably picked me up 3 or 4 spots, I would say. So, in this case, it worked out. Obviously, that's not always going to be the right call, but I just went off of, how I thought the truck was and what it was running like to do that. So, sorry, it wasn't a more competitive race. Sorry, I wasn't running up towards the front. Made another stupid mistake. Just misjudged where I needed to be. Gotta be a little more aware of that. Try to be a little bit better since I'm on Zeno's Korean. Just trust myself a little bit more. Try to avoid making those kind of moves and hopefully put myself in better spots going forward. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Feel free to leave any of your feedback on any of the incidents that we looked at, either 2 of the ones at the end or that one, love to hear from you guys. Love to hear your thoughts. You know, if you got tips or suggestions on what you do differently, what you find works for you in those situations, love to hear those as well. If you want to leave a comment, just in general, love to hear from you guys. It's super great to see everybody following. Just appreciate all the support. Glad to hear from you guys every time. It's nice to be able to read everything and get to respond to you guys. So stay tuned for more races, and until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.